Hi, welcome to the Rise and Ride show, the space for horse riders who have lost their confidence but want to find their joy in riding again. If you've ever felt nervous in the saddle or doubted your abilities, you're not alone. We've all been there, including me. This is your place to feel seen, feel safe and supported. Each week we explore different topics and practical ways of finding our confidence again and our connection with our horse. My name's Katie, I'm from Align and Advance, and I'm so glad you're here. So thanks for tuning in again this week. This week we're going to talk about breathing, and I'll explain why breathing techniques are fantastic for restoring your confidence and exactly kind of the science behind why they work. And I'll show you 3 techniques that you can use easily when you're riding, just to settle those nerves and get you a much, much calmer ride. So it is so powerful to work on your breath when your nerves are starting to jangle. So whether you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, lacking confidence, struggling before getting on your horse in a tricky situation, during a ride, working on your breath can bring you back to calm and help you focus and think more clearly about the next steps and what to do. And the best part is it's easy. Practice it a few times and it will work for you. So why does it work? How does it work? So I want you to understand the why and how breathwork actually works, because if you understand that, you're more likely to use it. So your body has got something called the autonomic nervous system. It's basically controls the stress levels and your relaxation responses within your body, and it just does that automatically without you thinking about it. So there are 2 main parts. You've got your sympathetic nervous system, so that's your fight or flight response. And so when you get nervous and when you're feeling worried, that's the one that is kicking in. And you've got your parasympathetic nervous system, and that's the one that is like they call rest and digest mode. And that's the one when you're feeling everything's breezy and you're all happy. So when you feel nervous, it's because your body thinks you're in danger. Your heart rate increases, your breathing becomes shallow, and your muscles tend to tense up, and then you just feel completely horrible, basically. And this is when breath work can come in and really help you out. Breathing is the only system in your body that is both automatic, but you can also consciously control. So when you slow your breathing down, especially on your exhale, it sends a signal to your brain saying that you are safe. So the exhale is the really, really important part, to get that signal through to your nervous system to calm it down. Once you start doing conscious breathing techniques, your parasympathetic nervous system will kick in, and then that just helps your body calm down on its own. So instead of trying to kind of think yourself out of a situation, like thinking I am safe, I am okay, I'm not going to die on this horse today, breathe your way out of it is much, much easier. So I will show you a few techniques. I really like this one. I think this one is really, really effective. It's called the psychological sigh. So it is one of the fastest ways to calm your nervous system. So take a really deep breath in through your nose, and then take another short inhale on top. And now slowly exhale through your mouth. So if we do it again, you inhale, top it up. Slowly exhale. If you do this kind of 3 to 5 times, it really helps release built up tension and reduces stress almost instantly. It works in all sorts of situations, not just when you're riding. It can work when your kids are driving you mad, when your mother-in-law comes round, all sorts of situations. It's really, really good if you're about to mount or you're about to go into a competition. If you're about to enter the ring, when you're outside of the ring, just do this a few times and it can really help to calm those nerves just before you go in or just before you mount. So another common one is box breathing. So you breathe in for 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 4, hold for 4. So you can imagine it like a box. So you're going to go in, hold, out, hold, and then in, like that. So each time you just kind of can imagine the box if you want to, but it's just important that you just get kind of that inhale and then the hold and then the exhale and the hold again, for the same amount of time each time. So just if you repeat this for a few minutes, it just creates a rhythm in your body, and again just helps you regulate your nervous system. All of these are just going to help you regulate your nervous system. It's really good if your mind's racing and you feel out of control, because you really have to concentrate on counting for the 4. And if you imagine the box as well, it can kind of, when you focus your mind on something else, it can't focus as much on the thing that you are worried about. So then extended exhale breathing, I think this is probably the easiest one, because all you've got to think about is just making your exhale longer than your inhale. Try and make your inhale a little bit longer than it normally would be. But it's just really a really simple one. So just inhale for 4 and then exhale for 6 or 8. So you can even do that when you're walking your horse or trotting. You can kind of try and link the breathing with like the steps of your horse, and again concentrating on something like that, like the steps of your horse, and making your breathing go in line with it, is giving your mind something else to think about, not the like nerves that you were concentrating on before. So breathwork isn't all about being perfect. You don't have to do any of this perfectly, but these are just 3 really, really simple techniques to remember. And it's such an easy thing to remember. So that when you're in the moment, they're just not complicated. So when you're in the moment of just thinking, I just feel really nervous, but I haven't got a lot of time because I'm about to be called into this show ring, there's something that you can do without looking like a lunatic, and doesn't take a lot of time and doesn't take a lot of concentration, which is great. So you can use it in like real life moments, instead of having to go and like go off and meditate. So even in everyday life, if anything feels overwhelming and you feel like your confidence has taken a dip, or you just feel like your nerves are jangling and things are driving you potty, these are really, really good just techniques to use to calm yourself down. So your breath will bring your body back to safety, to just knowing that it is safe. And when you think safe, you can think. If you think you're safe, you can think clearly, and then you can ride confidently and then enjoy it again. So thank you so much for tuning in again this week. I really appreciate you taking the time. If this episode helped you and you feel like these techniques could help anyone else, then I'd really appreciate it if you shared it with others, or just leave a comment or a review, because that really helps it get seen by other riders who it can also help. Thanks so much, and I will see you next week. Bye.